COVID infections on the rise the past 2 months, many Americans are confused about how to keep themselves healthy this fall and winter. And the latest data on COVID risk and impact may surprise many Americans, but it's especially relevant during back to school season and as the weather cools. Joining us now is former United States Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams to offer his medical expertise. Good morning, Dr. Adams.
Really good to be with you.
Great to have you. So what is the current state of COVID as far as the U.S. is concerned?
A great question, and I'll be direct. We're in a surge. We're in a significant surge. We know that from wastewater numbers that we're having case counts that are on par with any other point that we've had in the pandemic based on those wastewater samples. We're having hospitalizations, 15,000 last week. So we know that it's not just cases. These cases are turning into people ending up in the hospital. And seriously, just look around you. I've had 4 family members in the last month who tested positive for COVID. My daughter's soccer practice had about half the people missing last night due to COVID. It's literally all around us. And to just give you one more bit of a breakdown, we know that approximately 1/3 of COVID-19 hospitalizations currently in the U.S. are among people age 18 to 64. So it's not just older people. And we also know that 75% of adults in the United States have an underlying condition such as obesity, asthma, high blood pressure, diabetes that puts them at higher risk. So this whole idea that, hey, just focus on the at-risk people and leave everyone else alone, newsflash, most of America is in the at-risk category.
Now, what can you tell us about the current CDC recommendations for COVID vaccinations?
Well, one of the things that we can do to keep ourselves safe is by staying up to date on our vaccinations. That's what the CDC recommends. And we're here today talking to folks about the fact that within the next week, we expect the CDC will release the new updated COVID vaccine. Remember, most people in the United States haven't gotten an updated COVID vaccine for well over a year. Every year for flu, we know the virus evolves, and we know that we have to get a new flu vaccine. Well, it's about time for a new COVID vaccine, and that's part of the reason we're seeing this surge and seeing these hospitalizations, is immunity is waning from the prior vaccination, and the virus has evolved. So the CDC recommendations are to be up to date with vaccines, and within the next 2 weeks, there should be a new vaccine available. So I want people to know about it, to talk to their healthcare provider, and to have a plan to get that new vaccine if you and your healthcare provider have decided that it is the right thing for you. So don't take my word for it. Don't believe someone online telling you that you should or shouldn't do something. Talk to your healthcare provider and come up with a good plan. Get the facts, and then hopefully you'll at least consider getting the vax.
Now, do the COVID vaccines available now protect us against the current strains?
Yes, currently circulating strains, the EG variant and the BA variant that are going around, the predominant variants, have actually been shown in laboratory studies to respond very well, to be neutralized by antibodies produced from the vaccines that the CDC is likely to approve next week. And that's why this is so critical. We actually have a good match, but it doesn't matter if people don't actually go out and get vaccinated. I talk about this in my new book, Crisis and Chaos, available on sale now at Amazon and at Barnes & Noble, that we keep making the same mistakes over and over again. We keep seeing vaccine hesitancy cause people to make poor decisions for their health. And then that relates to hospitalizations and harm and kids missing school. So again, please just talk to your healthcare provider because I'm going to get the vaccine. My family is going to get the vaccine, but I want you to make a good decision for you and your family so that you can stay safe this winter.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dr. Adams. We really appreciate you sharing your expertise on this important topic. And if you get a copy of Dr. Adams's book, Crisis and Chaos, you can get a copy wherever books are sold.